In The Avengers, Mark Ruffalo plays a character who, when he gets angry, turns into a giant green rage monster. In this movie, he plays a character who, when he gets angry, remains human. I guess his secret holds. He really is always angry. Infinitely Polar Bear. In my opinion, it's a really good movie. The story follows Cameron, a manic-depressive mess of a father. After being released from a halfway house, he begins working on getting his family back. The opportunity arises when his wife, Maggie, decides to go to New York for her degree. She leaves their 2 daughters in his care, motivating him to prove he's got his stuff together. The task is anything but easy, but he takes it and runs with it. Infinitely Polar Bear marks the directorial debut of Maya Forbes, the writer of Monsters vs. Aliens, and anyone who saw that knows she has the ability to write interesting characters with distinct voices. Yes, it was animated, but it was engaging for both kids and adults. This movie, unfortunately, has salty language, so the target audience is limited to adults. But thankfully, the language is motivated by character and isn't abused. I appreciated that. But more so than anything, I admired the fearless nature of the story. It's based on Forbes' own childhood, and that inherently leads to scenes that showcase behavior she was exposed to. As a result, the quality of the dialogue and the character's behavior isn't heightened to a ridiculous level. It's grounded. And especially considering 2 of the actors are making their debut, their reactions and responses are very natural. As for the adult actors, Zoe Saldana gives, in my opinion, her best performance to date, and Mark Ruffalo is his usual awesome self. But the good does not stop there. Based on the needs of the story, the production and costume design appropriately represent the different levels of wealth and types of lifestyles we get shown. Props also go to Bobby Bukowski for the cinematography. It does the time period justice by producing an unpolished look, and that kind of look compared to a polished look is better for this movie because it matches the emotion of the story. My favorite scene is the last scene. I love everything about it, but I especially love one line that Ruffalo has. You have to hear it for yourself, but when I heard it, I haven't laughed like that in a while. Where I think the film could have improved is the editing and the opening. The film begins with a batch of homemade videos that, with the aid of voiceover, helps to set up the family's situation. It is well-intentioned, but it feels very rushed and does not dispel information in an engaging fashion. As for the editing, it is inconsistent. Different styles are used, including jump cutting and time-lapse. I guess you could argue it's a physical reflection on the character, but I don't feel like that kind of style fits with this story. It also makes the audience aware of the editing, and as I have been told time and time again, the editing should be invisible. My overall impression of this film is, despite not falling in love with it, it made me feel internally really good. I give Infinitely Polar Bear 3.5 out of 5 stars. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Have an awesome day.